Lesson 16, Part 3, Numbers. Most numbers over 1, which we won't learn for a while yet because it's pretty intense. Most numbers over 1 are indeclinable. They only have one form. The exceptions are the numbers 2 and 3, which we're going to study in this lesson. Numbers normally go after the word they are describing. 2, duwa, is unique because its genitive and accusative forms are just like the nominative, but it has dative forms do see, which is masculine, and do seen, which is feminine. So hoi apostoloi dua blepe. The two apostles are seeing. Dua needs to match the word it's describing in gender, number, and case because it's an adjective. Hoi apostoloi is masculine, plural, nominative. Dua, we already can tell from the fact that it was introduced, is masculine and it's nominative. Dua, by nature of the fact that it means two, is plural. There is no singular form for it. Dua is actually the plural form, so it's the masculine plural nominative form, so it already matches. Blepo tous apostolus dua. I am seeing the two apostles. Dua is also the form for the masculine plural genitive and the masculine plural accusative. Here we need the masculine plural accusative form, and we have it. Here's where it gets a little bit different. Lego to tois, weois, do see. I am talking to the two nope, that should be the two sons. I'm talking to the two sons. Here, sons is in the dative, so do see needs to also be masculine plural dative, so this is the masculine plural dative form. Here we've got the feminine, lego tais gunaikais dusin. I am talking to the two women. Gunaikais, which is what dusin is describing, is in the feminine plural dative, so dusin is in the feminine plural dative. 3 is the only number over 1 that has a full declension. There is no singular form since 3 is by definition more than 1. It's always plural, so there are only plural forms. So we've got trace, trione, tricee, trace, trione, tricene, trace, tria, trione, tricee, tria. So you'll notice the masculine and the feminine are identical, except for right here in the dative where we get that extra new, just like we did with dua. We had do see and do seen. Here we got tricee and tricene. So that's the only difference actually between the masculine and plural, or masculine and feminine at all. And you'll see the neuter here almost matches the masculine and then also the feminine, except for in the nominative and accusative, because the neuter plurals are always going to have that alpha, and it's going to match between the two. So that's going to be a little bit different. Now, if we take a look, we're not used to seeing ace as a plural, a nominative plural ending. We will actually see that a little bit as we get into the beginning of Greek 1 when we start to learn the third declension, but this isn't exactly like the third declension, so we're going to go ahead and introduce it here. So we've got an ace up here. We also have an ace for the accusative. Good news, though, it's not too tricky when you're seeing one of these in a sentence because you just look and see what's near it that it's going to be describing. Normally, it's going to be the word right in front of it. We're not used to seeing this EC ending here, except as we see it in do see. So just watch out for that. This is quite a bit different from what we've seen before. It would be best if you memorize this. So summary, numbers normally go after the word they're describing. Most numbers over 1 are indeclinable. The number 2 has masculine and feminine dative forms, which are do see and do seen. 3 is the only number over 1 that has a full declension, and we'll want to memorize the declension of trace.